Welcome to Real Life with Jenny. My name's Jenny Senapataratna. Grab your favorite drink, get a snack, and we will get started. Today, I have a fun-size Milky Way that I snuck out of my daughter's stash of candy from Halloween. And I have an Earl Grey tea. And the good thing is she'll never know because she doesn't listen to my podcast anymore. Woohoo! Well, let's get real. So I am trying to learn new things, right? Like that's kind of my thing. I'm always looking around trying to find things. But there is a Bible verse that I have put up in my office/lounge room. So we have a 3-bedroom trailer. One bedroom is our master bedroom, one is my daughter's, and then we have a third little room. And I use it as an office. My daughter uses it as a closet and storage. So some days I'm like, wow, I have an office and this is super nifty. And other days I'm like, oh, cool, I get to go into the closet. So, but I have some things up around the room that are constant reminders to me. And this is one of them. It is Ephesians 3:20, and it's in the Message version. God can do anything, more, far more than you could ever imagine or guess or request in your wildest dreams. And I realize that seems a little strange, but I've been talking a lot about goals and dreams and going for it in the last few podcasts. And I think that's because that's kind of what God's working on me. I feel like he's like, hey, Jen, it's time for you to start dreaming again. It's time for you to start getting outside of your comfort zone and going for things. And this verse really talks about that God has things for you that are beyond your wildest dreams. You cannot even imagine how great things that he's got planned for you could be. And I love that. I get really excited when I think about God's plans instead of my plans. And yesterday we had the privilege of going. We had the weekend off. Well, I spoke, but on Sunday we had the weekend off. And so we decided to go visit a church that was hosting John Maxwell. Now, if you've never heard of John Maxwell, I don't know if you were living under a rock, but maybe you are, and that's okay. He is a leadership kind of guru, and my husband has read most of his books. Have I read any of his books? I could laugh right now, right? No, I've never read any of his books. I have heard him speak several times, and I've heard the synopsis of every book my husband has read. So pretty close to reading. It's pretty close. And so we went to go hear John Maxwell speak. And he did a phenomenal job. He's a great communicator. He loves Jesus. And it is really fun to hear him speak. And really, for me, it was fun to watch the crowd. Because you have an age range of people. People have brought their kids. And it was just really interesting to look around, and it was a church I've never been to. So it was just kind of a fun thing to be watching the crowd. But he said something that kind of spoke to me in a real tangible way that I haven't been able to shake, that I'm still kind of working through. And I wanted to come on and share it with you because this is what we've been talking about. We've been talking about dreams and goals, and that's what he's all about. He's like making progress, and he's the teamwork makes the dream work guy, and he's actually up there talking yesterday, and it was so funny because he'd say stuff and my daughter's jaw would drop and be like, Dad says it all the time. And I'm like, yeah, he got it from Maxwell. And Sam's just like, what is happening? It was so funny. There were like 3 or 4 times that John Maxwell said something and she looked at me like, Dad says that. And I'm like, yeah, he got it from him. Maxwell did not get it from Kevin. Let's just be very clear. But it has become such a huge part of these sayings have become huge parts of our lives that she was just completely shocked that Kevin hadn't come up with them himself. And it was very funny. Anyway, I had a lot of laughing moments yesterday. It was just really great. He was talking about one of his books that he wrote about how to achieve his dream. I have no idea what the book was called because I'm probably never going to read it. You can Google it, Dreams, John Maxwell. I'm sure there's something out there. But he was talking about that dreams are free. Like those are things that you get for free. You can dream and you can have big visions and you can go out, those kind of things. They are free. So have as many as you want. But the journey costs you something. There is a cost to getting to that dream. And without really real, tangible reasons to want that dream, you're going to give up. And it was so impactful to me. I was like, oh, wow, that's true. Because you can have the dream of being thin. Like that could be your dream. I'm just picking something out of the sky. Has nothing to do with me or anybody else. But if you don't have tangible reasons that you can go back to on a day that you're looking at a box of candy and go, I'm gonna resist that because of these reasons, you're never gonna make the goal. You're never gonna get to that dream. And that is so true because that journey does cost something. To get to your dream, it's going to cost you something. And if you do not have reasons in place that you can go back to and say, this is why I'm doing this. This is why this is important. And he suggested 3 to 5 reasons that you want that dream, 3 to 5 reasons that you want that goal, that you can go back to and say, nope, I'm going to continue on this journey when things get hard, and I'm going to go after it because of these 3 to 5 reasons. And I just really wanted to come on and share that because I feel like there are things in your life that seem like they're untangible, like you're never going to get there. And you're like, Jenny, you keep talking about it. And I know that that's my, but I don't know how to get there. Really, what I am learning and I'm working through is what are my reasons to want to get there? I have dreams that are bigger than I can even tell you. And those dreams, I believe, have come from God and he has put them in my life and I am willing to go after them. But now I'm thinking I need to have tangible reasons for them. So when that journey gets hard and I have a ton of doors closed in my face, and I'm going, why am I doing this? This doesn't feel, I don't like rejection. I don't like to fail. I don't like to look like a fool. But I can go back and say, but these are the reasons why. And not just because I feel like it's what I'm supposed to do, but really basic reasons. And so I'm going to come up with a couple of those for several of my goals. And then I'm going to come back and see if you guys have come up with any goals. Well, I don't know if it's going to work, but let's do it because that journey does cost. And it is a very valuable lesson in our lives. Salvation is free. And I love that. I love that Jesus died on the cross for us. And that is a free gift that he's given us. But the journey is a daily journey. And it is a daily reminder to go after God. And the journey's not always free. And you have to go back and say, why am I on this journey? Why am I walking down this path? And I know why I do. I know why I walk down the daily path of following the Lord. And that is because I know he loves me unconditionally. And I know that he has forgiven sins that no one else even knows about. And he has stepped into my life and he has made a difference in the small and in the big things. And so I go back to that when the journey's hard. I go back to Jesus loves me, this I know. For the Bible tells me so. I go back to that moment. I go back to that realization in my life. And so as you are dreaming and you are going after the new thing that you hope to accomplish, and you're praying for dreams and hopes, and you're praying for the Lord to set something in your life, I'm going to ask you to take that extra step. Knowing that journey is not going to be easy. You don't just open the doors of a pizzeria and it's an overnight success. Like that's not how life really works. Not that that's a dream I have. Let's just be very clear. I do not want to open a pizzeria because I cannot make pizza. Frozen pizza does not sell at pizzerias. So It's not going to happen. But if you wanted to open up a restaurant, it doesn't just happen. And it is a journey to get there. And it is hard. And the days are long and it's a lot of work. And so you're going to have days that you want to give up. So if you have those reasons, if you have those 3 to 5 reasons to come in and say, this is why I'm going after this dream. This is why I want this. You're not going to give up. So that's my encouragement for you this week. I hope that you continue to dream, continue to hope, and that the Lord would exceed your wildest expectations. And that you know that He's got a big plan for you. But as that journey gets tough, let's go back to knowing that we've got reasons why we're moving in this direction. So we don't just give up. I don't want you to give up. I don't want to give up. I want to keep going after what God has for me. Well, you can find me at Real Life with Jenny on Instagram, Facebook, and Be Real. You can also find me at christconnection.cc/Jen. You all have a great week.